We're with the exciting and the dynamic Jock Smith. He is a national character who does just pioneering and innovative work in the law. Jock, thank you so much for joining with us at the Mass Torts Made Perfect Conference.
Thank you, Jan, for inviting me to be with you.
Jock, you're always doing exciting things. Could you tell our listeners what are the projects right now you're involved with that you particularly like?
Well, you know, recently I just got involved with the Rosa Parks case in Detroit, where 13 distant family members filed a lawsuit contesting her last will and testament and living trust. And I was chief counsel for the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development, which is an institute that Mrs. Parks and a lady by the name of Elaine Steele co-founded in 1987 to empower children and make a difference in the race for justice. We were able to resolve the case shortly after I got involved in Detroit on the eve of trial at 1 o'clock in the morning. We were able to preserve the legacy of the mother of the civil rights movement. We didn't want that kind of linen aired in public because we felt that Rosa had done more than just about anybody else in the civil rights movement. And she started the Montgomery bus boycott. So I'm real pleased, proud to have worked this legacy case. One of the other pieces I have is last year I got appointed as the first African American in the nation, President's Advisory Council of the National Wildlife. And as a result of that appointment, well, our issues, of course, are not only environmental racism, global warming, save the planet, the world, the global economy, everything from Apollo to Gorbachev's Green Group I work with, all these people, Ted Turner, who are involved with the environment to save the streams, the habitats, and this nation. So that's the environmental piece. And I was able to convene a meeting yesterday, or 2 days ago, along with the chair, Jerome Ringo, first African-American chair of National Wildlife, with all the major black organizations to bring them to the table with regard to the global warming and other pieces of what the National Wildlife does. That includes the Rosa Parks Institute, the SCLC, my friend Charles Steele. I'm doing work with them now, helping him revive that nugget. The 100 Black Men, Martin Luther King III was there, Dick Gregory. We were able to have a meeting with all these powerful wildlife people and these African American people and organizations to begin to coalesce, to bring to the table true brotherhood and brotherhood solutions with regard to the problems in America and the problems across.
You know, it's a wonderful confluence of both civil rights issues and environmental issues into the environmental justice movement, which of course you are, of course, a pioneer in and actively involved in. And that is just kind of a testament about your commitment, of a lawyer's commitment to issues bigger than just their practice. Could you talk a little bit about how important it is for the heart and soul of a lawyer to actually devote themselves bigger than their practice?
It is essentially important, Jan. As Johnny always said, Johnny Cochran, my late law partner, he always said, service is the price you pay for the space you occupy. And so, any lawyer occupying space within the tribunals of justice has to provide service to make that space worthy of contribution. I heard a quote from Andrew Young that affected me recently. He said, "We must move from success to significance. And the greatest value in life is to move to become significant in the world in America." Just as you've done, Jan, with your life. What is so great about you is you're not just a successful lawyer. You are a significant player in the American table of justice. I'm on the road of moving towards significance. I think that all lawyers should be seeking that. It's not so much about the money or the cars or all of the good things that may come out of making a dollar. But what it is, it's about committed soldiers who want to become significant at the plate of social change within the justice system and the ideology of the American dream that really was started not only by Martin King, but by George Washington when his last salient act, when he freed all of his slaves. In his will, he changed his will so that his legacy would be proper. Those are the kind of people we want to be like. We want to make a significance.
You are definitely a committed soldier, and I notice you have some interesting pins on your lapel, and in particular, I'd like you to tell our viewers there the story behind that pin.
This pin here was given to me by the U.S. postal workers that had me as a speaker a couple of years ago, and it's the stamp of the pen of Thurgood Marshall. As we all know, under Charles Houston and Howard University, Thurgood Marshall trained under this great civil rights professor. And went on and won the most significant case in American history for civil rights, Brown versus the Board of Education. And Thurgood Marshall was a groundbreaker. He was a pioneer. The pioneer being a person who unearthed the ground and changed its terrain. Same way George Washington Carver changed the agrarian South with the peanut. From the socialization of the legalese of black people, Thurgood Marshall was a social engineer the way George Washington Carver was a scientist. So the significance is the stamp represents a real groundbreaking individual that made it possible for gentlemen like myself and other people to be able to even have the opportunity to practice law. We owe so much to this man, and we need to pay tribute.
It is a great pleasure to listen to you. You are an inspiration, Jock, and I know that our viewers who have listened have gotten something very meaningful for today, and thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you, and continued blessings, man. You're a pioneer for justice.
Thank you for saying so.